What's going on? Shit Roofer here. This is the custom 1911. This mod adds a standalone, scratch-made, barely customizable weapon with a bunch of retextures, although they are actually different weapons. The one that is actually more notable out of this is the Fallen Angel pistol. The rest of these you'll find in your Commonwealth stores, so Cleo or Arturo. But this one is hidden somewhere in the Commonwealth, and the mod author didn't actually specify where this thing was, so maybe if he drops him down in the comments so we can see where that is if he happens to be watching this video. But I got it with console commands, so yeah. Anyways, we'll get into the little customization this mod has to offer. Forged Receiver is the only receiver, and it deals exceptional damage. At 184, that's pretty respectable for a pistol, so we'll move on to barrels. We can get a little bit more accuracy and range out of the match barrel, and nothing to do with the sights, although there are reflex sight attachments we can attach on just later on. You can chuck a suppressor on it if you feel like it, or a compensator, which looks kind of odd, but we'll definitely go for the suppressor there. At 230 damage, this thing is hitting quite hard now, and we can increase our recoil control by adding the comfort grip plates. That doesn't actually seem like it does anything to the weapon there, it's just a numbers change type thing. Yeah, there's really not a lot you can do with the 1911 without changing this thing to make it look like something else, and I think the mod author wanted this to remain looking like a proper 1911, and maybe having it too tricked out is a little bit not what he wanted. Anyway, so for the triggers, we've got the match trigger here, which gives you a fire rate of 0, and that basically means unlimited fire rate, to be honest. It fires as fast as you can pull the trigger, like a Jacobs gun from a Borderlands 2. The standard trigger does limit your fire rate a little bit, so we're going to use this thing with our itchy trigger finger, and we'll be firing very fast. And you can chuck on the little reflex sight there. It's worth mentioning that the sights are a little bit misaligned. The bullet's a little bit too low. I think the gun needs to be brought up a little bit, so the center of the crosshairs will be where the center of your on-screen crosshairs are, and we'll see that a little bit later. Hopefully it's not too bad, but yeah, that's our custom 1911. Let's go ahead and make some more, and I'll see you where we usually go. Righto, some chicken Kievs later, a Parkway Drive song. I am in the mood for killing, punching through walls, and of course punching through no, never mind that. Anyways, this is what this thing looks like in third person. Looks pretty good. In first person, I'll just demonstrate the aiming problems. So we'll just try to target the top of that little wall sconce there with the middle of our sights. And as you can tell, we get a little bit below that with the reflex sights. Obviously, it's unaligned, so over range, this will be even more of an issue. So hopefully that gets fixed. But without further ado, let's get started on the gunners. Now, I've got the match trigger on this, so that means we can fire as bloody fast as we please, which is going to be useful. We've only got 8 rounds in this, so we've got to make sure we use them well, and I'm pretty sure I got a collat there. It looked like that, but I think I was counting 526 for the sneak attack crits there, so this thing's got the power. But what happens when we're not sneaking and critting everybody? Well, that's just a basic gun. I take her with a grain of salt, but you can two-shot that turret. That's okay. Turrets are usually a little bit temperamental. You either one-shot them or you don't, to be honest. So over range, this thing does alright too. It's kind of got the hand cannon power part of it, but it's not really kicking like one either. So yeah, it's kind of a weird feeling, but it seems to be working well. Not having too much trouble with the sights, although when I do aim at stuff, I've got the middle of the box that shows up to use as a point of reference for aiming, which I guess kind of makes my aim suck and fall at 76, because that doesn't really pop up. But using that, we can alleviate the problems of having this thing's sights a little bit unaligned. Let's go ahead and go loud and proud for a second. This is just the one with the little compensator on the front. And the reflex sights once again. Go back into sneak mode, see how long we can pull this off for. So using this at range, not a great idea, simply because you just can't really see. There's absolutely no zooming whatsoever to be had with the sights. So let's just go ahead and... Wow, this thing is very, very light on the VATS AP usage there. So yeah, if you want to use this thing with the lucky perk, you can make great use out of the criticals. I'll have that off your Captain Bridget. And you can have these in return. Many bullets in the head, face, brain. You name it, it's got a bullet in it. Alright, so we'll move over to our third one, which is just one with a different camera. I think I chucked the legendary effect on this. Maybe it was the next one, but I got an incendiary for one of them. Getting those cheeky headshots you know, it gets the damage output up really well. So even without sneaking around, this thing still hits kind of hard. So yeah, approved for very hard difficulty. Although I'm going to remove that turret because he's messing with the physics around here, and that's not good. Keeps throwing around those picture frames. Ooh, okay. So there we go. I missed a couple of shots there, not because of my bad aim alone, but because the sights were on the line. But I think I've beaten that dead horse into atoms now, so that's the last I'll be complaining about that in this video. Hopefully. Alright, moving over to one with standard sights here, just to have a look at what these are like. Here they go, alright. This one's got the fire rate limiter on it, just with the standard trigger. And I'll fire it as fast as I can on our next target, just to see what kind of fire rate you do get out of this. Okay, this is the one with the incendiary thing on it. And damn, it actually looks really good when you've got things set to ultra and the particles where they should be. It kind of gets in your way though, but the visual effects at least look alright. I think damage over time, legendary effects are non-existent in Fallout 76, probably because you could use it to break the PvP rules that Bethesda put in to make sure you can't troll people with PvP. So no wounding, no incendiary, unfortunately. Alright, we'll switch over to number 5. I believe this one is the Fallen Angel one, so we should get even better damage output from this if we just slip back into caution so that we may sneak attack crit some more. Waiting, and now we're on caution. Let's see how we go with some sneak attack crits. There we go. Got that 1k damage on that headshot there. Good stuff. 316 there. I think that guy was immune to my sneak attack crits, but we're still hitting him for over 300 damage, which is pretty good. And I think that is Gunner's Plaza cleared out. And what I'm going to do next is what I usually do. I'm just going to cheese sneak attack crits on Swan because that's always fun to watch, right? We can push our weapons to the limit. This thing is not going to fail under that stress test, that's for sure. But let's go ahead and see it. Let's try to get a speed kill on him. Okay, so Fallen Angel out again. Let's try to kill Swan quickly. And he looks like he's brought a few friends and also a Wasteland hostage. We'll be a big old hero in Freya, but first we got to kill Swan. And we're just going to be hammering the trigger as fast as we can, getting those sneak attack crits on him. Man, if I had the never-ending legendary effect, he'd probably be dead by now. This is absolutely ripping through his health bar. So yeah, getting this thing all good with its gunslinger perk, demolitions, no, not demolitions expert, that's explosives. Let's see, there's ninja, and there's also bloody mess, all of the damage increasing perks, as well as ace operator, that's a big one. You can just destroy everything with this, so I don't know, if you feel like this is unbalanced, then probably don't use it, but if you want a really good pistol that can deal with these super mutant warlords kind of really easily, maybe too overpowered to be honest, that's hitting them quite hard. I think I might have killed the hostage. Wouldn't you be using her as a meat shield right now, instead of just letting her bum around?
Easy living, this ain't.
Easy living it's not, especially when you're a communist! She tanked that. Okay. You get to live this time, Settler, simply because you've tanked a crit to the head. How much health do you have, by the way? Heaps. Oh, you're 127. Okay, that's probably why. Oh yeah, miniguns. They suck in this game. But yeah, there you go. You can do pretty well with this. Okay, so today I really want to kill the shit out of Todd Bear. So we've buffed up on some Arraign stuff. She was kind enough to give some of this stuff to me. And last but not least, we'll get some Psycho Jet on. I forgot I got that mod where it actually injects. That's some nice immersion stuff there. Are we hitting him for 1k damage? We're hitting something for 1k damage. Yep, looks like we're hitting Todd Bear for that much. That's good, because he's a tough cookie. He takes a lot of killing. So, getting him down with... Oh, he's mutated already. We're eviscerating him with this. So yeah, get yourself chemmed up and nothing in the vanilla game will stand up to this. You'll kill everything short of Liberty Prime, and that is only because that robot's basically invincible. But he's invincible because he feeds on the fear and blood of communists all round. Just ask him about communism. He'll tell you how terrible they are and shit. So we finally came down off our drugged up haze, and hey, these bears look smaller than they do in Fallout 76. Does anyone notice that? They look smaller, but they hit kind of hard, I suppose. I mean, hard enough to knock off. Let's just see for a second. So I've got 1,400 of 1,800 health points. If I had that in Fallout 76, I'd be punching the Mirelurk, Queen, and I'll be able to out DPS it with that kind of health bar. We don't have to worry about these bears. Sure, they'll give us a nasty stagger, but we've got piles and piles of hit points for them to get through before we even show up signs of giving up. And if you're in a bad situation, pop a stim pack and you're basically at full health already. Yeah, this game got easy once you got all the perks and the chems in here, didn't it? But it worked well there, now didn't it? Righto, I think I'm gonna call it there. You get the point of this weapon. It's really, really powerful, maybe a little bit too overpowered. The fact that I was killing people as easy as I did back in Gunners Plaza, that ought to raise a few eyebrows about balance, but if you want to keep it like this, it'll be a nice weapon for people to breeze through the game. I guess as a cheat weapon, but yeah, if you could just lower that a bit, I think it'll be right. Fixing up the sights is good, and maybe adding a little more customization in the future will make this a little bit more, it'll stand out a little bit more, because there's a lot of 1911s around these days, and people will probably just go for the most popular one. So do something different, do something new, and maybe you'll get a few more people downloading it, and yeah, we'll see how you go. So I think that's about enough from me. Thank you for watching, guys. Now, where's my Bundy?